Hello guys, Tuditor here once again with another video on POE 2. Now we are looking at the reveal that we've had last night, the Third Edict. And I'm mostly gonna cover some of the stuff related to minions, since that's my main thing, especially specters. And I'm gonna cover a bit what I think I will be starting, and also what I think are good changes, and we might see like very crazy amount of damage for some specters and some specter builds. So let's have a quick look. And yeah, before everything, I just want to say that War Banner minions is gone. This armor is no longer dropping, so we will no longer be able to use banners for our minions. It is what it is. So let's go quickly a bit to the Third Edict. So basically what we get for we get a new act, like we get Act 4. This means we are getting like 100 new specters, at least 100, because I think we might get also some of them from the new Abyssal, whatever, the new League mechanic, right? The Abyss ones. I hope we can get some of the monsters from there as well. So that's a long shot. That would be so much fun to catch all of those specters and also test them out. Alright, what else we are getting? Okay, so we're getting the island, we're getting new bosses, that's fun. And we are getting 3 new mini acts. On these ones, I don't think we get any new minions. It seems that they are just some reused assets from Act 1, 2 and 3. So I think there will be the same monsters that we already can capture from the current campaign, right? Alright. Then we have the Abyssal League. What I've noticed in the video last night when they were presenting the Abyssal League is that there is some kind of, I'm not sure if it's visible here, but I've seen one minion that bangs his drums like this, bang, 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 bang. And that one might be like a buffer. So maybe that one will be a specter that we can use. Hopefully we can specter it, by the way. We can use to buffer the rest of the minions. I don't know. We'll have to see. Then we have crafting. Yeah, crafting will be very nice. The crafting, it looks like the Veil crafting from POE 1. I'm not sure if the Well of Souls thingy, it does look cool to go in there and throw the item in there and then have it come back and so on. Is looking fun, but I hope we'll get this one also in our hideouts, so you don't have to travel there to this kind of crafting in the end game, right? I think there will be a lot of nice stuff for minions as well in the crafting, I hope. In this type of crafting with the abyssal thingies, the bones, vertebrae, whatever they are. And also I hope we get some of the special mods for minions as well. We don't know yet, so that's something we need to find out. Alright, and the new boss is a new pinnacle. Yeah, we get this one. This one will be very strong. Basically, we get a second helmet, right? So, currently we have a Talisman of Ralakesh that we can socket into the helmet. That will give us increased efficiency, right? I think, wait up. So, we have minion Ralakesh. So Talisman of Ralakesh now grants 8% increased reservation efficiency of minion skills. So now, with this one, you can have 2 of the talismans in here, but you need to get the item with helmet, right? So this item gains bonuses from socketed item as though it was a helmet, not body armor. That's what we want to find for our minion builds. And if you socket 2 of those with increased effect of socketed items, we are getting to crazy amount of increased efficiency for our spirit, and that's on top of what we can already add in our helmet, right? Because the helmet can also have 2 sockets, and you can add 8% increased reservation there, or 16% if you have 2 sockets, right? So on top of this, we also have the change to the Bones of Uller, which now provide 20 to 30% increased reservation efficiency of skills. This is opposed to 20% reduced reservation we had before. I think this one can also be evolved to a higher amount, like maybe you can get up to 40% if it's the same kind of, or maybe to 35%. However, this is like, maybe it is a buff early, but it might be a slight nerf in the end game. What is also nice is that we can have a movement speed finally on the boots. that's very nice, and on top of that we get the sprint, right? So there's a lot of nice stuff coming. It's really amazing. I'm not sure also what kind of abyssal eyes we can get for minions, for example. So that's very nice. Sprint is gonna be very nice for minions as well, because we have the army to take care of us, and even if you get thrown down by mistake or something, maybe your minions will be able to clear the enemies, right? Then we have the new support gem system. This one, it's kind of nice. I'm not sure I fully understand it yet, so I need to dig a bit deeper. Some of the stuff is just like added. It's they got like the best the gem that is doing like, I don't know, 200% more chance to ignite, for example, and then they split it into three, and the first version is weaker, then the second version is like a bit stronger, and then the third one is also stronger. So I think this is a nice change. It's more like trying to I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't have like a strong opinion on the new support gem system. I need to test it out. I need to play the game and see exactly what they mean and what we can use there. What I can tell you for sure is that I remember from the video yesterday is that now poison and bleed on minions might be good. At least poison. I think they said that poison might stack. I hope they stack with individual minions, not with individual skills, right? So if you have like 10 archers with chance to poison, then each of them will apply their own stacks of poison. So I hope that will be changed, and I hope the poison will work pretty nicely on the minions. Okay, then we have major balance changes and new skills. I think we've kind of seen. Yeah, this is on the passive tree. We'll have a look on the passive tree soon. Then we have the crafting update, which is very, very nice. We finally can more reliably craft good items, and this is a good news for SSF. You can actually play the game now solo, and for sure you can craft your items in the end game. You don't have to wait for a very long time to finish up your builds. Then we have some new items. We need to see basically all of the unique items. I'm not sure if we get anything useful for minions. We'll have to play the game and see. And then what is the new endgame maps, whatever. This is to include all of the new bosses, I suppose. We have the encounters, the sandstorm. It's kind of interesting. It's kind of a bummer you have to do like some random maps around. I still don't understand this one. I don't see if there are game mechanics on the Atlas or whatnot. I'm not sure what they did with the endgame. We have to see later on. Then we have the lineage support gems. These ones are very, very strong. I think we've seen like Diala's something that gives quality and also like reservation efficiency as well. That one will be very, very good for minions. And also this one, right? The elemental resistance values as inverted. So we will have a lot, like literally a lot of build possibilities on minions and specters as well. Then they announced the asynchronous trade. This one basically makes me wanna play Trade League. It was one of my biggest gripes with Trade League. I didn't want it to do trade because all of the friction, you had to message so many people. Some of them were AFK, some of them were trying to scam you and so on. So now with the async trade, I think I'm gonna straight up play the start of the league on Trade League and just make my build as strong as possible. And then when I get bored, I will actually just move to SSF, because now we have all of the crafting stuff that we've got, right? And then there will be like a free weekend for whoever haven't played the game. That's pretty fun. So yeah, what does this mean for me and my project? Basically, it means that I'm gonna have to do some overhaul on the POE2 Spectre Wiki site. The Spectre Summon Calculator will get changed. I need to see all of the numbers, I need to see all of the things in the patch notes, and I need to figure out everything that got changed, because the quality, the gem quality is different now. This one will be removed basically. This one also gets removed because it's now more damage. This one will be changed into the other stuff, right? It will be changed into the reservation efficiency. I need to see Lord of Horrors passive. Let's see, Lord of Horrors. It's not changed. We need to see Lord of Horrors passive, basically this one over here. If it got changed, I think it will be changed to be on par with the other one, and it will be with increased efficiency, whatever it was called in there, right? In the Bones of Ule, for example. Increased reservation efficiency of skills. This is on par with the POE 1, right? Yeah, and this is why I haven't done the last night live, because I'm still cold. I'm like, oh my god, I got this virus or some shit during the festival, I guess. It is what it is. Alright, so minions. Let's look a bit on the minions here. Yeah, so on the side, I'm gonna have to fix the Spectre Summon calculator, and then all of the Spectres here will need to get a bit of changes, right? Because the base spirit cost got revamped for most of them. I think the type and monster family damage type and so on will stay the same. The YouTube videos for the ones that I already did will stay the same. I'm not gonna redo unless there's significant changes for that Spectre. But we will basically add the next one, so we'll have like almost 500 entries, right? I'm going to add like consistently add more Spectres in here. So every Spectre that we can bind in the end game, they will show up here. And in here, of course, the suggested support gems is gonna be overhauled for everything. And this one, I need to figure it out how the hell do I make it for all of the Spectres that is already made for 0.2. Because in 0.3, I think with the addition of the lineage gems or whatever they are called, lineage support gems, this will be like, I don't know, huge. It will be huge for the minions, right? For the suggested gems here, like this will change for sure for all of them. It might be the case that I'm gonna remove this line entirely until I can go through each and every Spectre and make like a informed decision on what is good for that specific Spectre, right? So yeah, there is a lot of work for me to do on the site as well. So yeah, that's a thing that I'm gonna do on the site. Let's have a look a bit on the minions here. Let's see what the hell do we have. Wait up. Let's get from the start. So they updated the description on last gas support. So now basically when the minions die, if they take damage, the same damage as they took, so they would die. If they take in less than 4 seconds, they will die again faster, basically. It happened before, but it was not mentioned. Sorry about that. Clarify the wording of master support to refer specifically to the number of different reviving minions you have. This is not a functional change. So this is exactly the thing that people got confused about, because some people were at the beginning of 0.2 were trying to use like multiple Spectres gems, and they were wondering why the master support is not giving enough damage, and this is why, because it's the same gem, right? So now they clarified that. What's next? We have a new intelligence persistent buff gem, the Ravenous Swarm, and the while active and enemies are nearby, swarm of insects emerge from your body to pursue enemies. The swarm are untargetable minions that periodically attack and poison enemies within the swarm. This is very nice because now you can have like a minion attached to you, and it will scale with minion damage and minion gems. So this is very interesting to test out. So I'm really curious to know how much does it cost to reserve, and how you can scale it and what kind of damage it has. This is a very interesting one. What do we have here? We have Green Fist has been completely reworked and re-enabled. Instead of granting energy shield, it now allows you to collect remnants from your dead reviving minions. Then activate the skill to instantly revive minions based on their maximum life. This is kinda interesting, and we need to figure out how useful it is though. I don't know, we have to see also the passive tree, we have to see if we still have the reviving timers in there, if it will be a problem with monsters dying. This might be good for, I don't know, when you're playing temporary minions like... what is the name of that skill? The one when you summon from corpses, right? I'm not using that skill, that's why I don't know. Okay, player minion and monster base maximum block chance is now 50%, previously it was 75%. This is nice because now it will not be so annoying when you encounter enemies with high block chance. And I think it will be easier to cap to 50% now. Player minions now always hit with their attacks. Accuracy problem, it's gone. We no longer have accuracy issues on the minions. That's very, very nice, especially on attacker minions and specters. Then we get a ascendancy change for the Warbringer for the minions. So basically this one changes the accuracy because it's no longer needed into attack speed. That's logical. Same goes for the manifest weapon. And then the small passive skill like living weapon now has 5% increased strength instead of minions deal 20% increased damage. I think that makes sense because the Smith of Kitava is honestly not a minion ascendancy. For the tactician, then the supporting fire skill also it changes the accuracy rating into increased area of effect. What else? Dominion, that's something else, it's not minions. The Bind Spectre, so they changed the Bind Spectre quality to now provide minions deal 0 to 20% more damage instead of 0 to 10% reduced as evasion. This is very, very, very strong. I mean, for sure you will not be able to summon as many as before because the reduced reservation is gone. We will get more reduced reservation, right? Because we will have access to this one, right? So it might be offset by the darkness and so on. I'm not sure how rare it will be, and also the Ralakesh talisman. But we will have access to more ways to reduce our reservations, right? Sorry about that. So that's very, very, very consistent. And what I really like about this one, and it builds into what I've said before, it's I'm gonna play once again the Gemling Legionnaire because of quality. Gemling Legionnaire still has the quality on here. It will still have the plus to quality of all skills. It will still have the plus level of all intelligence skills, which is basically translated to plus to level of minion gems. And I don't know, this one might work. They said that integrated efficiency will now most likely work, and it will work with minions as well. So I'm gonna go for this nodes over here, and I'm gonna go for gem studied integrated efficiency if it's working. If it's not working, we're still gonna go for adaptive capability, and maybe, I don't know, we'll have to see. Maybe even this one, I don't even know. However, the quality to all skills will be so strong because it will increase the minion damage by a lot if you're using specters, and not only specters, because I think they've changed for most minions to have this one instead of reduced reservation. So yeah, that's kind of awesome for the Bind Spectre. And also I think they said somewhere that specters, I will check afterwards, that specters are now dealing like 25% more damage on each gem level. So the +2 from here will be even more strong, right? Sorry about that. Then we got a buff on the Bone Offering, which is pretty damn awesome. I mean, it's a slight buff because they've changed the quality, because now it provides shielded minions take less damage for 1 second after shield is lost instead of 0.40% more physical on the explosion. So there is like a buff on the flat damage, but it's a nerf via the quality. So I'm not sure about this one. I think Bone Offering will now be more used like a defensive stat as well. We have to see though. I think this is a decent change. Okay, let's see what's next. We have the raise zombie change. So we have an increased effect of empowerment of raise zombies instead of more minion movement speed. I think this is fine. I think the minion movement speed was not needed because when they are empowered, they get more movement speed anyway. And with the increased effect, they will get even more. But that's a good change. I'm not playing zombies though, so whatever. So the arsonist now has an... The explosive mice is now an attack instead of spell. That's kind of interesting. We have to test this out. It seems more powerful now, but we'll have to test it out. And now for the skeletal cleric, the quality... this change is nice. It's better than before, I would say. Then skeletal frost mages got changed, and we saw this on the showcase as well. Basically, the skeletals will now have like a... They have like some frozen armor that will apply to your minions, to your other minions. And also we have the same with quality here. So this one also builds very well into the gemling with the quality, right? So we have the skeletal sniper with more damage on the quality as well. Gas arrow cooldown reduced. Gas cloud now deals 80% attack damage, previously 70%, so that's a buff as well. I'm not sure if they are also buffing the explosion from fire and gas. I don't think they do because they would have mentioned it. So snipers get buff as well. And then the storm mage, that storm, I never use that one. It's so clunky to use. It has a big delay. Did they change the delay? It doesn't seem that they changed the delay, so I still think the skeletal storm mage command is bad. Unearthed. Okay, this was the skill that I didn't remember. Cannot be used dead skeletal reviving minions once per death to get a bone construct. Bone construct created by Unearthed now have a dash attack they can use to close the distance to an enemy. Yeah, this is a good change. I think the Unearthed is kinda nice. I think they made a change though to the quality of the Unearthed. So instead of more damage, it will be more movement speed or something. I don't remember. Yeah, so we have the change on the Bones of Uller, which I already checked. It will be like something like... It's a buff. It's a buff early, and it might be a nerf later on. We have to see. And we also have to see how much we can corrupt it to, like to 35% or something. It's interesting. It's an interesting change, and we finally get some movement speed, and on top of that we get also... what do we get? Sprint. We have sprint as well. So this is very nice. This is a best in slot item for summoners. Then the Talisman of Ralakesh change that we already covered when we were discussing the summon calculator here. And also also this one, right? The Darkness Enthroned, which will be pretty nice. And what else do we have for minions? I think... yeah, obviously the jewels and timeless jewels can no longer roll minion accuracy because accuracy is no longer needed. Okay. Okay, this is a bug fix. Elemental army were able to support undamageable minions. And then Master Spot did not get damage temporary minions. And that's interesting. And that's it. Did I... yeah, that's it. That's it. Alright, so this is me. This is basically me covering shortly the patch notes and Third Edict release. I'm looking forward for this. It's still 8 days and 13 hours. I hope by the time the release will happen, I will be able to update most of the stuff in the Spectre wiki, especially the summon calculator. And in here, this will take me a while, so bear with me, please, because when I'm gonna do this one, I think I'm gonna go one by one at some point during the league and go and test every Spectre in the end game with the new gems, with the new Legion lineage gems, with the lineage support gems and so on. So this will take me a while to repurpose and remake. However, the videos might stay the same for this ones, right? Because their animation might not be a lot changed, right? Alright, that's it from me. This is my analysis, let's say, like initial analysis on the Third Edict for minions and especially for Spectre builds. I think Spectres will be very, very strong in the next patch. Do we have a... wait up, Spectre. So, we have this one. The Spectres will have 25% more damage at all gem levels. So this is a very consistent buff. This is gonna be so strong, coupled with the quality change that gives them more damage as well. And coupled with the gemling that will have a lot of quality, like at least 14, you can get up to 16%. You can get even more quality, right? So I think Spectres will be looking very, very well in 0.3, and I cannot wait to play it. And to find all of the Spectres in 0.3 from the Act 4. Alright, that's me. I just want to let you know that I will not be able to play the beginning of the Third Edict, but I will try to have some videos prepared and some stuff prepared for the site as well. Alright, that's it. Tuditor out. Thanks for watching, and yeah, feel free to like and subscribe to the channel if you think this kind of content is on your interest. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.